Hello friends, welcome once again in our congenital series, the congenital series regarding the problem in the musculoskeletal system. Now we are coming up with another topic is about radius. This bone which is towards the thumb side is radius, towards the little finger side is the ulna. The problem is congenital radioulnar synostosis. In many of the cases in congenital deformity, what happens? There become a bony bridge between proximal ulna and radius. So what that does, that stops the movement, hinders the movement of pronation and supination, flexion and extension, and that causes some of the functional problem. So the problem is embryological. When the child is in the embryological state, both radius, ulna as well as humerus, this is a combined segment. Gradually this start separating. So if during the process of development there is some disruption, then between the radius and ulna there is a development of synostosis. Reason: there is a naturally interosseous membrane present in normally developed bone, but if there is some developmental problem that causes this problem, like the radioulnar synostosis. Also there are problem in the direction of the interosseous membrane fibers. Normally it is having a particular direction, but in this synostosis the membrane is narrow, the direction of the fibers is disturbed. Also the muscle which is normally present here is supinator. That muscle is also in many of the cases abnormally developed or absent. If this problem is persisting, then it is bilateral in 80% of the cases. The main problem is if the hand is fixed in this position, so there will be difficulty in holding the things, there will be difficulty in doing lots of work. So that causes problem, functional problem. Although in many of the cases the wrist joint develop the hypermobility to compensate the problem proximally, which is there in the proximal elbow region. So this is basic problem. The intensity of problem we judge by putting those problems in a classification now known as Wilkes classification. In type 1, both radius and ulna are joined together proximally with the help of a bony synostosis, and the shape of the radius is deformed and ulna is fused to a long segment with radius. So it is more significant problem. In type 2, although the radius bone is normal, but the problem is that the joint is out of socket. This radial head is out of socket either anteriorly or posteriorly, and to some extent both radius and ulnar shaft are united. In type 1 it is united even at the level of medullary cavity. That much of union is there. Although in type 2 it is united by interosseous membrane, a bony synostosis is formed. So now about treatment. So these problems are quite significant, but in many of the cases we do not like to operate in all those cases. We see what is the level of functionality patient is having, the child is having. If they are adapted well, like their hand is not that much in pronation, in those cases we avoid operation, we avoid surgery. If there is compensatory good movement in the radiocarpal and intercarpal movement, compensatory one, if those are good, in those cases we also avoid the surgery thing. If the problem is in non-dominant side or unilateral, the person can use the other limb well, even in those cases it is to be advised to avoid the surgery, because the surgical procedure is quite extensive. We have to remove all the synostosis which is developed between the radius and ulna, and once we remove all those things, although movement started coming, but the problem is after the surgical procedure there are chances of recurrence. So we have to put something, some fascia, if we are putting some fasciofat graft, which is been described by Kanaya and Ibaraki method. If we are putting some muscle interposition, that is also good. Sometimes we need to remove the interosseous muscle. So this is one way of treating thing. You remove the synostosis, whatever the thing which is hindering the movement, and put something in between, so that again there should not be any other recurrence of the problem. But if the problem is quite extensive, the bony synostosis is quite developed, in those cases what we do, Lynn described a procedure in which a percutaneous osteotomy is being done, and followed by which we rotate the bony fragments to in a in certain position where we can have a good range of motion. But the problem is, in these extensive surgeries, the chances of swelling followed by compartment syndrome is very much. So there should be provision of fasciotomy once we are thinking about such type of extensive surgeries. So these surgeries are quite extensive with full of possibilities of different complications. So that should be in mind. So that is the reason why we are accepting the deformity. If it is acceptable, the patient or the children can work functionally good. So it is good in those cases. But where the synostosis is though that much that their hand is in fully pronation phase and the movement is almost absent, in those cases we need surgery. We have to make a decision. So this is about congenital radioulnar synostosis. We are moving forward for our this congenital series of the musculoskeletal disorders in the children. So please like and subscribe Life Care. Thank you.